Hello, friends. We're so happy that you're here. And for those of you who may be new, my name is Arlene or Arnold, and I am founder of Transformational Tools. And here is Leslie Romine with me. And Leslie and I have been doing this work for many years and enjoying it and learning a lot. And we want to help bring today what will be useful for you and which will be helpful all the way around. I hope that you are enjoying these days. I know that some of you, like our friend Mary, who's in Uruguay, she's in winter. So, but many of us are in the northern hemisphere, and we are in summer, and I love summer. And I'm looking out my window and seeing beautiful green and a bush that's wonderful. It's a rust color and the trees. And I am so grateful because I think one of the things that happens is when we see that around us, we remember that nature is feeding us and nature is helping us in so many ways. So, Leslie, what's it like where you are right now?
Oh, it's really sunny outside, and the trees in the spring got had so many blossoms, and now the newer theirs are kind of fading, but we have a whole new batch of trees that are coming out. The pink dogwoods and white dogwoods,
Oh, I love those. I love the dogwoods.
yeah, and just different types of flowers now are coming back, and people are out walking their dogs and having around the neighborhood. It's just really lovely. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad because remember being down at your place when there was some beautiful bushes out front and really ones that I know came up every year.
Mm.
So I am mystified. We have some people on here, but they're not. There's Will. Okay. We're okay. Hi, Will. We're happy you're here with us. Will is going to be our person online that's helping us say hello to all of you. We usually we have Stacy with us, and she is doing that in the background, and she wasn't able to be here today. So anyway, we will do our best to stay focused and let Will do his best on helping us see who all is here. So we appreciate that. All right, so I picked the cards for this week, and it's the time frame is that it's today through next Thursday. So it's also this weekend, and we're hoping that you will, especially those of you who have the color cards and have the luminaries. These are the two decks that we work with, and we're hoping that you will take these cards and go deeper with them yourself and keep them in front of you because they're really important cards. And the first one is the lesson in pink. And I have a picture that I want to put up that will be helpful to us to see. Now, this particular thing that we're on is a little different. So I have to find out how I can. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear. Okay. I have to get back to where I can share it with you. This is what Stacy that usually does for us. So let's see. Here we go. Now I think I can do it. Yeah. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And there we are. All right. So this is showing you the pink and light green. And the thing that's really interesting is that it has such a beautiful, they are complementary in their own way. In our course that we do on complementary color therapy, which is something that I created, it's green and red, but it's simply that the pink has more white in it and maybe a little bit more blue. And the green is so many different shades, as you can see in here. So I'm hoping that this will help you Oops. All right, now I'm trying to get this small enough so I can see on the screen, which isn't going to happen. Okay. Um, so why don't you say a word about what you know about pink, Leslie?
Okay. Well, pink is about trusting, loving, and being discerning. And it's about your inner child, that part of yourself that is innocent and, um, wondrous at the world. And really looking at how that part can be experiencing the joy of nature, the joy of life, and um, really uh, playful, all those things we think of when we think of children. And it also, with the complement of light green, has this beautiful balance. And the light green is like the earthly grounding of love, and the pink is of the purity part, of our inner child. And so I love the colors myself. They really speak to the child in me, and I know they probably will to most people. And just when, like we were talking about spring flowers and the summer different shades, it's joyous. It makes us feel wonderful because it resonates with that part of ourselves.
That's so true. And one of the reasons I think this came up, because this is a lesson in pink, and I'm going to read to you a portion of from the Color Cards book, and this is the part that is the introduction to the lesson in pink. It says the challenging side of pink is its vulnerability without protection. When this vulnerability is compromised, great hurt results. The lesson in pink is to never lose that childlike joy that Leslie was talking about and that innocence, while allowing the capable part of the self to protect you and help you live in a world that does not always respect innocence. So Leslie and I, before this started, we're talking a little bit about the time we're in and how we can protect our innocence. And one of the things that's happening is everything is so loud, and everything is so over the top. And though we're highly sensitive and intuitive, just like the rest of you, and we can only take so much. So Leslie, talk about what you have decided to do about listening to news and that kind of thing.
Yeah, news and just day to day, when you're out shopping, things like that. Um, I just noticed that I am now paying a lot more attention to how my inner knowing, what I feel in my body. Is my body tense? Is my body, trying to tighten up and resist? Am I feeling like things are very chaotic? And when I do that, I have some just tools that I use. Part of it is that beautiful pink color and light green. Just the pastel parts of it really speak to, calming for me. I also do some deep breathing. If I'm shopping, when I get in the car, I just take a moment and close my eyes and do some deep breathing, maybe ask the colors to come in and help. Sometimes, if I'm not there, I will use other techniques, But those are some of the main ones, is to, calm my body down and let my muscles relax and talk to that inner part of myself and say, everything's fine. You're very safe, and you've been very discerning. It's good that you recognize these energies, and I'm the capable self. I am here to be discerning, and we're all good. You know?
And that capable self is a combination of that inner knowing and what you know about the world. So it doesn't mean that you don't pay attention to what's happening out there, but you don't get into the you stay more in that balanced place. And by the way, one of the things that I'm doing every day now, which has been really fun, is Stacy does qigong. And I'm going to put up the link. This takes you to our events page. And on that page, you will find how you can sign up for Stacy's everyday practice. And it's at 7 a.m. Pacific. So I don't know how that fits into your schedule, but it really helps you to balance. We have a course that we teach that's how to work with the active masculine and the receptive feminine parts of ourselves. And that's yin and yang, and that's very much a part of Qigong as well. And she also does a lot with connecting with the earth and connecting with the center of the universe. And that is another way in which we stay very present and able to know what is going on, and at the same time we don't get into all of that energy. And the other thing that's on that events page that's coming up is a class that I teach. Is called Journal with Your Knowing Self. That's one of the ways that you can get really clear about what that inner self is telling you. I don't know about others, but sometimes my mind takes over and I'm not in that inner place. And so I will sit down and do this journaling and ask some questions of my inner self. And you can also ask them if you have guides and angels that you work with. We just have so much help if we stop and ask, or we stop and say, okay, how do I handle this? And we all have times when we don't get there. We want to get there, but we don't necessarily get there when we want to. But it's just the practice to pay attention, like you were talking, Leslie. I mean, it really is about being present so that you can catch up with yourself and find out what your body is feeling, find out what the information is that's coming through, and how you can be in this time and space. So I really encourage you to use your tools. I know many of you do different practices, and this is the time to use those kinds of tools. All right. So, and once again, this combination of colors is one of them is an active masculine color, and the other is a receptive feminine color. So it's like we have that balance throughout the different colors that we work with. So we would love to present that. We will have that coming up at one time, and we'll be announcing it here. All right. So let me see if there's anything else on here that we want to. One of the questions, Leslie, is when do you feel most vulnerable?
I think for myself, well, just the first one that comes to mind is what I will say, is that if I get really, really busy and I'm kind of focusing on many things at once, and then I don't, it's like, oh, I forgot to pay attention to that, or, oh, where did I leave that, or that kind of thing. And then, I mean, that's a time when I can feel sort of vulnerable, because it's like, just slow down, slow down. Where should you be? What are you doing? That kind of stuff. I kind of have to come back to that. Yeah, I would say that. And yeah, I think so. Sharing in groups and stuff, where I'm in groups that have developed this intimacy with each other and in sharing our processes. And so that's a real support for me. However, if I'm feeling vulnerable, I can maybe talk about it there about how, something came up and I was feeling not safe. But I feel like over the years we've developed, and I've developed things where I'm pretty good at, sensing that and doing that. Um, and there are places out in the world too where I might feel a little less safe
Yeah.
than normal, and I try to just say, yeah, like ask my guides, or bring color in and surround myself, or just go, do I really need to go down this street? I think I could go over to the other street and be okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And when it doesn't feel right, if we're tuned in, we know when it doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
if you're with someone and they're saying something, you're going to go, well, that doesn't resonate. I don't know for sure if this person is telling the truth, but it doesn't feel like it. And you can do the same thing when you're listening to things on TV and, asking yourself, is that true, or is this something either that this person believes or that they want you to believe? So, and there's a lot to that. So again, if we stay present and we pay attention to what we feel inside, we are going to be all right. And when you were talking about that, Leslie, I was thinking about our new group that we call the Vortal. This is a membership group on transformational tools, and I'm going to put up transformational tools here so that you can go there, and it tells about that on the home page. And it's a place where you can feel safe. It's a place where you can share, and people are not going to make fun of you, and they're not going to say, oh, you're really off the track. It's a really good place to feel that intimacy that Leslie's talking about in a group. And we really need that. You don't always find that in the places that you think you're going to find it. You sometimes have to go beyond that. So we really encourage you to come and take a look at what we're doing there. All right. So one other thing on here that I thought would be interesting is how and when is innocence an asset? And I just want to say a word of that because, I was innocent all of my life, and it didn't necessarily get me into trouble, but it would cause me to be embarrassed because I would believe anything anybody said just because I thought people don't lie. And then I found out, that's not true. And so I had to start using my intuition to know whether something was true or not. And the innocence of not having your antennas out there saying, is this a good place for me to be or not? And but innocence is the one thing that I think brings us the most joy. And when we can be in an innocent place, but we also are being discerning, and we can feel safe, and we can be fully present. It's like you feel alive in your whole body. So how do you see innocence as an asset, Leslie?
Oh, I think that's what you said is right on. I mean, sometimes when we go to the coast and it's a really nice warm day, and I'm barefoot and running in the waves, I just, it's like I can just let go and really feel that joy inside and feel how wonderful it is, and all the elements and the water and the sun and everything else, and be playful and be free and feel.
Yes.
I think it begs all those feelings, and nature is such a beautiful holder of that for us.
Yes. Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing this, and then we're going to go to our luminary. And what's really interesting to me, do you have that one there, Leslie, that you can just put up? Yeah, and then I'll go get the bigger one and we can share it. But The interesting thing to me is this is the luminary that I picked for the whole month of June. So what we're going to be talking about is not just for this next week, but this is also for the whole month of June. And I want to read a little bit. I'll see if I can get this other picture up so we can, let's see here. Screen. Okay. There we go.
There.
Okay. So now you can see that it's just a gorgeous piece of art. This was done by Lorinda Arlene, and then I wrote the book that goes with it. And this was the part, it really came through me. The information that was there came through me. And this is the message from unfolding. Unfolding, just like a lot of things, unfolding has a consciousness, and it can speak to us. It can help us. It's like there's so many ways that this kind of consciousness, it almost becomes like a guide or someone that you trust that can help you with things. This is the message from unfolding. There's a lot more in the chapter, but this part is what I picked out. My faceted core encourages you to unfold all that has been hidden within your fathomless inner space. Can you feel that fathomless inner space? It's like it's infinity almost. It is time. You have held this in for so very long. My vibration supports and furthers your unfolding. Do not be afraid. What you reveal to the world is needed now. Many will embrace your gifts and value your wisdom. This is a new world, a new time. What has been before is no more. Now, that's a tough thing to look at when you look at what's happening in the world and saying, whoa, wait a minute. But this is talking about us individually. We came here at this time to be here to help create a shift in the world. And so this is really talking about that in that we have even more folded up inside us. Even if we have been doing all the things that we think are part of why we're here, there's still more. And what I would say is that this is a time to really sit in quiet, in meditation, or walking in the woods, or some way for you to really get quiet and then ask, what is there inside of me that is unfolding at this time? And remember that what unfolding says is what you reveal to the world is needed now. Many will embrace your gifts and value your wisdom. This is a new world, a new time. What has been before is no more. That doesn't mean that we're throwing away everything that was before. It means that we're building on it. But that makes it different. It's no longer what it was before. So finding that inside is what we're going to be doing in the Vortal, in the membership group this coming Sunday. So for those of you, remember that 2:00 on Sunday is when we have our time together. And I'm going to present some things about, because this unfolding is, since it is for the whole month of June, is what I will be presenting. I present once a month in the Vortal, and then we do a discussion about it. And that I will be doing that this Sunday. And part of what we want to be doing with this is to ask ourselves, what is this that's unfolding in me? And then share it with other people, because you get clearer about what your part is when you share it with somebody else. So that's part of what we're going to be doing on the Vortal. And again, you can find that at transformationaltools.com on the homepage, and you can sign up. So Leslie, how do you think that this whole thing about unfolding and its facets, its faceted core, as it's difficult here, encourages us to unfold. How does that give us the courage? How does that help us to take the time to really go inward? Is that, what is it in the our inner core and also in this unfolding that helps us with that?
Well, one of the words that came up for me was potential. And um, I, because it is unfolding, it's like an opening of a flower or the opening of I don't know what else. That one came to mind, where something is revealed to us, and as we continue to take each step as we unfold, then that um, reveals something new. And I think of times when I may be sitting with a person and talking with them or just visiting with them, and it comes around to an issue, and um, somehow in our conversation, something is revealed that is very helpful to either them or myself or both of us, but it's just in that unfolding and sharing of the information that we both go, "Ah, yeah, that's it. That's something I was looking for right now." And so to me, it's like this is so indicative of that process. And looking at all the heart shapes in here too, really,
Isn't it lovely? Oh,
yeah, it's just so beautiful. It's like there's some kind of um, connection, vibrational connection, when we open up and when we share and when we reveal the next parts of ourselves, that the universe goes, yep, yep, that's what you're here for. That's what we're doing. And as we share that, that just enriches everything, our lives, other people's lives. It just is a wonderful connection.
and I think that going back to when we're sharing it,
Mhm.
it's like, it's almost like we're hearing it for the first time ourselves.
Mm.
So, and that's kind of how this journaling with your knowing self is. It's already in there, but you may not have really listened to it. And then if you're being going inside and that is being shared with you, you go, "Oh yeah, that's true. I know that's true." So it really makes a difference.
Yeah, I love that journaling with your knowing self, because there's sometimes you're just writing along and you think, yeah, 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 and then something comes out and you're like, well, like you said, oh, yeah, that's true. I know it. And it really gets that information. So if you don't have another person to share it with, you can certainly share it with that inside person of yourself. We continually reveal.
And I think it's also how we understand as we talk with each other or as we journal with ourselves, we can ask the question, what is this new world? Because I don't think anybody can truly describe it because it is unfolding and we're seeing new aspects of what's
Mhm.
possible. I mean, I've always known inside of me that humans are so much more than we realize and that we are magnificent. I mean, we were birthed from the source and we have so many abilities that we have not tapped into, and it's just a tragedy to me that we haven't been trained, not trained, but been taught by our elders about this, because in many customs in many places in the world, the elders really help you to hear this. And then I think I'm an elder, I've got uh, grandchildren, but it's so hard to share it when people are not where you are. So I finally said, the biggest thing that I can share is love, because it's really all about love. And that the more that we unfold that love inside of us and we offer that to the world and to our family and to our friends, and even in the times when things are difficult, if we can sit down and take care of ourselves, we're offering that love to ourselves as well. So there are so many ways that we can honor this unfolding in ourselves and in this world and in other people. And maybe it gets a little messy sometimes, and that's okay as long as we go back and say, wait a minute, where was I off in this process? Is there something here that I'm learning in this process? And as we do that, it opens up a conversation in a different way. And I know we can do that, but boy, is it hard sometimes to remember that. And that's another reason why we have others who will help you remind us of that. Yeah. So anything else you want to share about unfolding, Leslie?
Oh, I think we got the essence of it right there for sure.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing here, and Leslie and I are going to pick cards for those of you who are here. So I am going to write down the names. And by the way, I'm so happy to see you here, Kelly. I talked with Kelly a little bit on Messenger and invited her to come, and I appreciate the fact that you took your time to come, Kelly. So we have Kelly, and we have Courtney, and we have Will, and let's see who I might. Oh, I know Sid was here. She may have had to leave, but I'm going to pick it. We can pick a card for Sid. And she's a wonderful artist. Okay, I think that's it today. Oh, Mia was here. Let's pick a card for Mia. Yeah. So if I've missed you, will you please put in the comments that you would like a card if I didn't mention your name? Yes, Mia. I got you on the list, Mia. All right, so I think we'll give them a bonus today, Leslie. Let's each pick a card for her.
Okay. Okay.
So let's start with Kelly since she's new, and let's just see what's coming up. I'm putting the pink back in the one and the unfolding back in too. So what are you feeling for her, color card or luminary?
Color card.
Okay, so I'll pick a luminary for her. So I'm feeling into Kelly's energy and asking what is the best card for her. All right, so Leslie, you want to start? What color did you come up with?
Sure, I got a great card for Kelly. It's the Strength in White.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And white is all about your connection to the divine, to spirit. And the words here are pure, strong, and unconditionally loving. And that says to me that you're in a space of being open to extending this energy both to yourself and to others. And that's a wonderful place to be. The color, the complementary color that goes with it is black. And we talk about standing on the black and then having the white come in. And maybe you can explain a little bit more about that, Arlene.
Well, I often, as I was writing that, it was like, I saw it as either a rock, but I was thinking of it more of a circle that had a flat surface that was black. So you're very stable on that. And then I just saw this column of white light coming down and coming around you and connecting with this black that you're standing on.
Because it gives you both the grounding and the.
And Kelly, you can use that visualization if you, I mean, you probably have other things you do too, but that one is a really good one to be balanced. All right, well, what I got for Kelly is integrity. Now, I'm not going to try to bring this up because it'll take me forever. If Stacy was here, she would find it. But if you notice, I'm going to turn this so it's like the right way up. There's like a door, we call it the emerald doorway, in the middle of this. And then there are these all what look like beings around it. And then it's all like there's so much light around that. And you'll notice there's white in the middle. It's really a pink in here when I look at the card closely. And this is called integrity. And integrity has to do with wholeness. Do we have our whole self in wholeness? So what this is for you, Kelly, is to be able to feel whether there are any parts of you that are still not completely connected with you. And you can use this card to imagine, or you can just imagine this, that you are welcoming and bringing in through this emerald doorway any part of you that has been left out. And sometimes it's a child part, sometimes it's a past life, it just depends. And so what I would really encourage you to do, Kelly, is to visualize this and then see yourself inviting that part of you in through the doorway. And what I really see on the other side of the doorway is the wholeness of who you are. That's, we within ourselves is the wholeness of who we are, our body, our soul, our mind, all of that is in the wholeness. And if we've left any piece separate, it doesn't do well separate. It can go on tangents, it can misunderstand things. And so this is about bringing every part of you together. And by the way, I will put, before we're done, I will put the link where you can get these oracle cards if you don't have them. All right, so now we're going to Courtney. And why don't you pick a luminary for Courtney, and I'll pick a color card.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. This is for Courtney. You're welcome, Kelly. So nice to have you here. I'm going to get started with this while you're looking up, okay?
All right.
So this is the lesson in yellow. And I sometimes, when you get the lesson in yellow, what it is about claim your empowerment, getting clear about who you are and what your situation is. And sometimes if you're in a difficult time and you pick that card, at least this happens to me, I'm like, you're telling me to claim my empowerment, and I'm feeling like I'm having a hard time just making it through the day. But what I want you to know, Courtney, is that yellow is in the solar plexus, and you can just put your hand on the solar plexus and say, thank you, yellow. I know you're helping me. Know you're helping me to get clear. And remember that the complementary color that balances the yellow is the purple in the head. So we go back and try to access our knowing as we move into the strength in yellow, because when you bring the purple and the yellow together and they work together, you really get into the strength. And here's the strength, Courtney: mentally clear, empowered, and fresh. And isn't that what we all want? We want to be in that place of feeling like we no longer have kind of like, well, I don't know how to handle this, or I don't know what's coming up next, or whatever. And then we can just stop and say, okay, yellow, help me out here. And then get the purple to connect with yellow. Give me some insight here so that I can do this. And I know you can do this. And I know you work with colors, Courtney. So please take time to do that. Now let's see what Leslie has for Courtney.
Well, guess what? We have a lot of yellow in this one.
Oh, good.
It is simply self. And the message is to make room for clarity of thinking and feeling, which allows the pearls of wisdom to emerge from deep within. And I'm going to read this next part because I feel like this is a real good message for you today. Release the accumulated baggage of living by dissolving attachments to emotions and patterns of living that no longer serve your life's purpose. Um, it it can disappear when you allow the clarity and flow of life to be restored. Time becomes fluid in every moment, and then you can, it frees up any attachments you have, and you can just flow with what's coming up. And it is really, and I really got that there are pearls of wisdom waiting in for you here that will emerge as you're able to just say, okay, I'm kind of done with that part. I don't think I need that anymore. And just allow that pearl of wisdom to come up and go, oh, yeah, now I feel like I'm in alignment. Now I'm in balance again. That's what I'm getting.
And I've seen Courtney in her very wonderful clarity. So, it's not like the clarity is lost. It's that
No.
it's that the attachments may be pulling us back to other things, or circumstances are muddying the waters. But just know, Courtney, that these colors and these cards are here to help you get that real clarity again. And I hope that you will come to the talk on Sunday, because I think it's really a good time to feel that others are here holding the space for you and helping you with what you're going through. All right, thank you. Now we're going to do one for Will. So I'm going to do a luminary, and you can do a color card.
Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of fun, isn't it? Doing it.
Yeah, so different.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is an interesting one. So I'll go ahead and start. Will, what I got for you is mosaic. And I guess I'm not surprised, because I think that you are creating a mosaic in a number of areas that you are weaving together in your life. And each one is sort of connected to the others. And if one of those wasn't there, it would seem like something was missing. And I think that because sometimes when we have a number of things that we're doing, we can feel a little distracted, because it seems like, well, there's this and there's this and there's this. But I think what this mosaic is saying to you, they are all woven together. Find the connections, because you will feel really satisfied when you can feel those connections. All right. What did you get?
Well, it was kind of a surprise. I got lesson in orange. It says allow all your emotions to be felt, and blue for balance. Yeah, okay. I don't know how to explain that, but just that the orange is in that very creative side. Both orange and blue are very creative, and I think this is really an affirmation and saying, keep on, kiddo, because you are very good at expressing your emotions through your creativity. As your partner, I'm seeing that emerge out of you more and more and more. And I think this is just saying, yep, keep at it. You're doing well. And there's more there for you. So that's what I feel.
And what I'm getting too, Leslie, is that that maybe there's some things in the orange that are part of that the emotion, but it's the feeling that we have in that belly part of our body that are going to be coming out through the blue and will be expressed through the blue.
Yeah, I do feel like there's more. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Yeah. Whew. All right. All right. So now why don't you pick, we're going to get cards for Sid. And so let's go ahead and you pick the luminary.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, Sid, you're in a quite wonderful time right now. What I'm getting is the strength in silver. And silver and gold have a way of sort of balancing each other. Silver is the feminine energy, and I know you experience a lot of silver in your art and in the colors and things that you see. And I am feeling that silver, I feel like silver is light right now. It's like full of light. It's light in terms of the opposite of heavy. And there's with silver, the gold is more of the grounding. It is the active masculine energy, but this is a different kind of grounding because it's the gold is a high frequency, the silver is at a high frequency. So really, Sid, I think you're learning a balance in the higher frequencies. All right, that's all I'm going to say.
Well. She got crystalline.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you are definitely in the light working area.
Yes.
Bringing this brilliance of the crystalline octaves into your life. And this question is in here, and I thought, oh, that's a really good one for you right now. How might these carriers of light assist me at this moment? So in your working with them, really, how can they help you? What can they do for you? And they're ready to be there and present with you at this time. And it says just go deep within, look and see. You're awakening to this brilliance in your work, relationships, and quiet time. It says I'm only a thought away, which I know you know how to connect so well. So, wow, beautiful place to be, Sid.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and this is for Mia, and I've picked a luminary for her, and if you had picked a color card, and guess what? It's also crystalline. So we are being shown that we are moving into higher and higher frequencies, and the crystalline is really helping us. I want to remind you, Mia, of a couple of things in here. One of them is it's a message from crystalline. Bring my brilliance into your home, your work, your relationships, and your quiet time, which Leslie was referring to. I am only a thought away. Where there is hurt, shower my crystalline dust. Where there is anger, surround it with crystalline light. Where there is damage to the soul, pack it with crystalline gel. I am for healing, for understanding, for hope, and for remembering home and the heart. All right, now that's a lot of information, Mia, but you have the luminary, so I know you can go in and sit with that. That's the message part from crystalline. And what I'm seeing is that this is a tool that you might want to experience and work with, is how can you use crystalline in its different forms to help those around you, to help yourself, and to help this world. So, for example, as you see things going on in the world that seem off base, you can just ask that the crystalline light will come around that situation. And if you find that someone is going through something really difficult, you can ask that crystalline gel, especially if it's in the body, the crystalline gel can go around a part in the body that needs some help. And there's also crystalline dust. You can be like fairy going out there offering crystalline dust. All right. So what did you get, Leslie? This is for Mia.
Yeah, I got the strength in turquoise.
Oh, nice.
Strength in turquoise. And a message is to accept the expansiveness of your life purpose. Turquoise, of course, is blue and green together. It's located between the throat chakra and the heart. And the thymus gland wards off imbalances in the body and in the immune system. And turquoise also keeps us balanced by keeping our life purpose on track. So blue kind of helps with life purpose, and green integrates that purpose into your life, into your human life as you're living it out. Um, so it's saying yes to your life purpose. But the message specifically is to accept the expansion right now of that. Allow that to show you what it wants to show you.
That's such a good one, isn't it? Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. Yeah. Wow, this is really powerful today. So, as we finish up, we just want to thank you so much for being here. And for Kelly in particular, here is where, if these speak to you, this is where you can get the cards. And then this is where you can sign up for our newsletter. So I hope that will be helpful to you. And we would love to get to know you better. And please be sure on the days before Friday, as you see the information coming up about, come on, words, energy focus the week, that you will share that if you are on Facebook, that you will share that with other people that you have in your group, because we want to be able to share this with as many as possible and help everybody right now, because it's not an easy time. And there are many things that can keep us on a track that's not our own authentic track. So please be offering this. I know, Mia, you shared it, and I appreciate that. I saw that, and thank you all for being here. Thank you, Will, for helping us to be on there and saying hello to the different people. Sid, it's great to see you, and all of you. It's just been wonderful, and we will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Love to everybody.
Mhm.